Welcome to the last video of modal verbs. Today we are going to revise all the modal verbs from can to the last one we studied, used to. We have studied that modal verbs are auxiliary verbs used before main verbs to express ability, wish, desire, permission, request, suggestion, obligation, likelihood, possibility, etc. These are the modal verbs: can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, ought to. These 8 modal verbs are known as pure modal verbs, but need, dare and used to, these are partial modal verbs because they are used as main verb as well as auxiliary verb, means helping verb. That's why they are known as partial modal verbs. Let's go ahead with the uses of modal verbs quickly. We have studied about the can, that it shows power, ability, stamina, capacity and inability in past. It is also used for informal permission, taking permission from someone whom you know very well, or for just formality we take permission from someone, then we use can. If we talk about next use of can, so can is used for request. Remember all these one, can is used for request. It is also used for situational possibility. When we talk about the possibility which is based on condition or situation, then we use can. Like if it rains, the match can be cancelled. We are not saying may be cancelled, can be cancelled. So that is situational possibility. Can is used to show prohibition. It means not allowed, you can't go there, it is prohibited area. So this way we use can. Next model is could. Could is the past of can. So whenever we talk about past of can, then we use could. It means past possibility, past conditional possibility, past ability, inability, power, stamina, all in past. If it was, then we use could. Here apart from past, could is used for polite request. Could is used for polite request, and could is used for possibility also, which you remember. Okay, may is used for formal permission. Can is used for informal, may is used for formal permission. May is used for strong possibility also. So two things you remember, formal permission and strong possibility. I am going faster because we have already studied all these one. May is used for wish as well as purpose. When we want to show our purpose, what is our purpose to do something, then we say we use may. When we pray for someone to God, then we use may. May you live long, may you have good life, may God bless you. This way we use may. Might is used as the past of may. It means whenever we are using the past tense, especially in narration, then we use might instead of may. Might is used for remote possibility, means when possibility is very less. Like may is used for strong possibility, but might is used for least possibility, when possibility is very less. Or remote means very far possibility, it is not possible, less possibility is there, then we use might. Next one, if we see will. Will is used to show future. To show simple future we use will. In the same way, shall is also used to show simple future, but shall is used with I and we, and with the rest of the subject we use will. But if we don't talk about future, if we talk about promise, willingness, determination, plan or threat, if we talk about plan or threat, then that will and shall is just opposite of each other. It means with I and we were using shall, so now with I and we will use will, and with other subject it will be used shall. So here that's why I will, we will has been used. If I talk about the next use of will, it is used for polite request. When we talk about request, simple request, then will is used for request. Will you please call me later? Next one is would. Would is used as the past of will. It means in narration, instead of will we use would. When we talk about indirect speech, if reported speech, it is in past tense, so would will be used. Leaving this past, would is used for polite request. See that you will be saying that sir is saying request, request. How many times request is there? Yes. Can is also used for request, will is also used for request, and could is also used for request, would is also used for request. Yes, you are right. Could and would both have same ranking. It is used for polite request. Will is used as a simple request, and for can also it is used as a simple request. So can and will is used as the simple request, but could and would used as polite request. Would is used for offering something to somebody. If you are offering someone to somebody, then we use would. And if you are giving preference, answer of your offering, then also we use would. Like if we are asking someone's preference or choice, and if we are giving answer of our preference and choice, then we use would. I would like to, and would you like? Would you like? What would you like? When would you like? So that is asking about preference and choice. And I would like, I would love, I would prefer. This will be your choice. It is used for asking permission also, like would you mind me sitting here, would you mind me going there. And if you remove me, it means would you mind to do that one, like would you mind going there, would you mind sitting here. It means you sit here, you go there, this way. Okay, next one, would is used for past habitual activity. Any activity which used to take place again and again in past, we use would. Like the baker would come every day to sell bread. So every day they used to come. Instead of used to, we are using here would. Would is used for showing unreal past. It means it has nothing to do with the reality. Like if I were a bird, I would fly high in the sky. So I am talking about past. Now it is present one. So in future I may be the bird, but in past how can I go and be a bird? So it is not possible. When we talk about Kori Kalpana in Hindi, we say unreal past which has nothing to do with the reality, then we use would. Would is used for permission, which I have already discussed in the previous slide. So let's go ahead. Next one is shall. Shall, I told you just that it is used with I and we for showing future, but in the condition of promise, determination, threat and plan, it is just opposite of subject. With I and we used will, and with other subject we use shall. Next one, you see that shall is used, and the same thing, command and threat, I told you that it is just opposite of I and, means with I and we use shall, but in this condition with other subject we use shall. Shall is used for knowing someone's intention or opinion or suggestion also. So shall we rub the board? Shall I rub the board? Shall we go home now? So here we are not taking permission, we are asking their opinion, what they say, or other person, what other person say. Next one is should. Should is used especially for advice and showing duty with all the person. It has nothing to do with the first and second person. With all the person, should is used for giving advice or suggestion, or duty or obligation. For two things it is used. And as I told you that as we know that will is the past, will, would, shall, should, may, might, can, could. So these would, could, should, might, these all four are past of respectively, like will, would, shall, should, may, might and can, could. So here should is the past of shall. It means it is used in narration when we talk about indirect speech. Next one, you see must. Must is used for obligation and necessity. Wherever compulsory is there or which is necessity, then we use must. Must is used for determination, drid sankalp, which is our determination, then we use must. It is used for strong advice and duty. Now point is here that for duty how many models are used? For duty 3 models are used. One is must, one is should, and one is ought to. Should and ought to. Ought to is also used for duty. But in all three, what is the difference? I'll tell you in the next slides. Okay, next one, probability. When we talk about probability, संभावना, किसी चीज की होने की संभावना, then we use must be or might be. Must be or might be. Might be is used in place of must be. You can use might be also, it will be the correct one. Next one, you see that for prohibition or negative command we use must not. We use must not for showing that prohibition, like you must not enter in the red zone. It means you are not allowed to do that one. Must is used, must have plus v3. Must have plus v3, should have plus v3, ought to have plus v3. It shows past. When we talk about past, then we use have plus v3. After any modal verb, if we add have plus v3, then it converts into past tense. So when you say you must have spoken in English, आपको इंग्लिश में बोलना चाहिए था. You must have reached in time, आपको समय पे पहुंचना चाहिए था. This way we use have plus v3. Next one is need. Need, it means no obligation, not compulsory, not necessary. So when there is a lack of obligation, compulsion, it means it is not compulsory, not necessity, then we use need not. Need is used especially in negative and interrogative sentences, like you need not come here, you need not go there, need you come here. So this way we use negative and interrogative. Dare is also partial verb. I told you that it is partial modal verb. It's not complete modal verb. It is used as main verb as well as helping verb. When we talk about helping verb, it means auxiliary verb as a modal verb. So it is used only in negative and interrogative sentence to show lack of courage. Like I dare not argue with my parents. I dare not kill. Here kill is the misprint one. I dare not face a tiger. So this way we use dare. Dare shows lack of courage. Next one is ought to. Just now I told you that ought to is used to show duty or moral obligation. Moral duty we can say. So for showing duty we use should, we use must, we use ought to. For spoken English, out of any three, anyone can be used. But if we talk about competitive exam, then should is used for advice, must is used for strong duty or compulsory duty, and ought to is used for moral duty. Moral duty, it means whether you fulfill your duty or not. It's not compulsory, it depends on you. Like if someone is no more in your colony or in your anywhere, and your duty is there to go and just show your grief, that is your moral duty. Whether you go or you go or not, depends on you. So such duty is known as moral duty. Okay, you see that next one, used to. Used to is used for showing past habit. It is used for showing past habit, and instead of used to we can use would also. Would also, it will be the correct one. Quickly you see that here I have tried to make you make for you at one place that easily you can memorize all that one. Can is used for possibility. Can is used for ability, inability, power, stamina, capacity, permission, request, and conditional possibility. If we talk about could, so past of can, and polite request and possibility. For three things it is used. If you talk about may, so formal permission, strong possibility, wish, purpose, and formal request. One formal request also you might have heard, that may I have your attention please, may I know your good name please. So this way we can ask, we can use may also. Might is used, the past of may, and it shows less possibility and likelihood, like instead of must be we can use might be. Here if we talk about the next one, so next one is will. Will is used to show simple future. Apart from that, it shows plan, promise, determination, threat, and when it shows this one, then it is used with the first person. It means I and we, just opposite of shall. Here would is used for polite request, offering something to someone, show preference, frequent activity in past like used to, unreal past, imagination, and asking permission like would you mind. Shall, just like will, it is used for showing future, but shall is used with I and we, but in this condition determination, threat and plan, it is just opposite. It means it is used with second and third person. To show others opinion or to know others opinion, we use shall. If we talk about should, so should is used for duty, advice, for giving advice or showing our duty. Our duty means अपना कर्तव्य, duty. For showing our duty we use should. Next one, you see that one, this is the last one. Here must is used to show obligation or necessity, determination, duty, strong advice, probability and prohibition. Need, missing of all these, we use need. It means lack of obligation, necessity. It is used only in negative and interrogative sentence. If we talk about dare, so dare is also used in negative and interrogative sentence to show lack of courage. Ought to shows moral obligation, moral duty, advice and unfulfilled action of past, using ought to have plus V3. And used to is used to show past habitual action or habits. It is used to show past habits. Now one more thing I'll have to just here clear, that you see that must, obligation. If we talk about ought to, again obligation. For should also there is obligation. It means something is compulsory to do. So when we talk about advice or duty, so should shows what's right, what's wrong, we should do or we should not do, that is our duty. If we talk about must, so it shows that it is our compulsory duty, we must do this one. And if we talk about ought to, so it shows our moral duty, it means it is not compulsory and it depends on purely on us, whether we do or not depends on us, then we use ought to. So these three are used for giving advice or showing our moral duty. Three verbs are partially modal verbs: need, dare and used to. So it is used as a main verb as well as modal verb. In modal verb, direct not will be added here, and in main verb depends on tense, it will be added like helping verbs: did not, do not or does not. So I hope you have understood all the modal verbs, and this is the summary of 3 slides at the last I have given, so that you can revise again and again. These uses and all this chart will be very useful, not only for your exam, rather for competitive exams also. And even if you practice all, then not a single question will be left to solve correctly. Thank you. Have a nice day.